Yo guys, welcome back on Vibes from the Six. We got the boys back in town, and you know what? It's been a crazy weekend of football. Arsenal beat Leeds 1-0 in a hard-fought game. We got Manchester United drawing 0-0 versus Newcastle. Tottenham doing what they do and just getting the results as they always get. You know what? 2-0 for Tottenham versus who they play against? Everton. Yeah, Everton. And then the big one, boys and girls, Aston Villa, Chelsea. I'm joking. Chelsea won 2-0 on the day televised game, and then you got the big one, Liverpool taking 3 points away from Man City, dropping them down to second and keeping Arsenal first for another week. Kind of crazy, but yeah, let's get this show started.
Can't hear you, go. You're on mute.
What the hell happened there? No, the thing started playing again. Anyways, how's everyone doing today?
Yeah, I'm all good. Can't complain. Can't complain at all.
I know Velvetron's probably the one happiest out of all of us right now because Liverpool won, beating Man City. Dabs is going to be with us any moment now. What?
Oh, come on, allow us, man.
I said Spurs won.
Spurs won, but yeah, it's your greatest ever start in Spurs history, and you guys are third. How does that feel?
Feels fine. It's all right. You guys are overperforming. It's all right, Egal. I've been clipping all this. Come May when it counts. I've clipped this all. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Today I'm gonna make sure I get to everyone. Good vibes today, Henrik. Yes, good vibes because Arsenal's winning. We got NetSpeed in the house saying we beat Leeds 1-0 Egal, not 2-0. Don't get carried away with your agenda now. Bro, I made a mistake. I fixed it. I corrected it. Thank you for pointing that out. Smash that like button, as Alan said. But yo, people, today we're gonna do a little bit different. We're gonna wait for Dabs and talk about the big game later. We're gonna bury the lead and we're gonna start about the other games. But I'm gonna ask Busquets what happened in the United game, because that's where we're gonna begin. Because I feel like I don't know what happened in that game. A lot of people might not have watched it because there's so much other games going on. But what happened in that game? I heard there was a Fred was trending on Twitter. Something must have happened with him where he missed an opportunity or something. And then I heard Newcastle just stood on their head. But how you guys? What happened there?
So the Newcastle game. Newcastle were a team. When we see that fixture, we're thinking a team that have been doing well in the last couple of weeks. Although overall, maybe their points are not, showing what their performances are showing. They're giving big teams problems. That's what Newcastle have done this year. The game at Old Trafford, Newcastle were completely toothless. They were there for the taking. Without some Maxim and another injury that they had, they were there for the taking. They did not offer much of a threat against Manchester United. And the main issue I have with my team is that they did not capitalize on that. There are a couple incidents in the game that were highlighting moments, refereeing decisions being part of that, but obviously we don't want to be dwelling on that too much because referees are bad everywhere. It's not like it's just for us. The level of refereeing in the Premier League is something we can talk about later on because it's honestly awful. I think there was positive performances from the likes of Sancho. I think it was really, really positive. It feels like when all the criticism that we're seeing on Twitter about him being a man of being positive on the ball, he either must be reading it or someone's chatting to him because he was there every time he got the ball, was trying to take on his man constantly. He could have got a penalty with a challenge from Longstaff. There was a questionable goal that Cristiano Ronaldo took off. I'm sure you guys saw it on Twitter, where one of the Newcastle defenders passed the ball back to the keeper. Nick Pope doesn't take it, Ronaldo plays it in, and the referee decides that it's not a goal. It was a bit shameless, I'll be honest. It does look bad as a clip, but, for Ronaldo, any goal counts. So, is what it is. It unfortunately wasn't 701, but United were wasteful. There were big chances that we created that we didn't take advantage of. But now we move on to next week where we have Tottenham Hotspur, which is going to be another low block team that we're going to have to try and beat.
There you go. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. We got Sohan in the house saying, "Jeez, lads." We got man like Velvetron in the building. Another one here, Dex. Shout out to you for the super chat. First super chat of the night. He says October predictions looking true so far. Yeah, I predicted we're gonna win every game in October, and if we do win every game in October, it's still early, halfway there. let's see if we can keep the good times rolling. We got another one here. What is he saying? Alan, time added on. Guys, don't forget about Alan and time added on. The link is in the description. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel and also Dabs' channel, Never a Foul. And yeah, we keep the good times rolling, people. Let's continue. Did anybody watch the Man United game, or is just Abs?
I had better things to do in my time than watch a mediocre team play football.
Because I
The
only
football
watched
you're
the
playing,
Chelsea
that
games
is
at the same time.
crazy with the football you're playing.
Where are we?
Oh, God.
Where are we?
I didn't ask you about where you are. I said you're talking about performance. We're talking about performance. We're talking about performance. Your team
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Looking for
saying?
Man
The
United.
worst football in the league.
Man United, where are they? They're down there somewhere.
I think
You've
this
always
was
been looking up at United, haven't you? You've always been looking up. It's about
For the
time your
last
neck
couple
is
of
giving a bit of rest. Your neck is giving a bit of rest now, isn't it?
Guys, did you feel like this result was predictable for Man United, or did you feel like this was like?
It's the first time we've not scored. It's the first time we've not scored in a game this season, I believe. So.
Honestly, you scored in every game.
You
Other
didn't
than
score against
Brentford, I
Brentford.
don't want to say.
It's Brentford you didn't score.
Oh, Brentford
Nah,
doesn't
man.
count out the season.
I honestly think Busquets, agenda aside, I really do believe like this is not a shock result. Newcastle have been playing really good, and they're going to take points off a lot of top.
If you saw the game, it's a shock result. Yeah, they were not the same Newcastle. They were not. They didn't like the only chance they created of note was off a Trippier free kick. The rebound was brought in. Joe Linton hit the bar, then he hit the post. He should have scored that. But other than that, they didn't create chances. They had good flurries, but they were just huffing and puffing, bro. They weren't doing nothing, bro. They were on nothing. Which is why I was surprised. I expected Newcastle to be a proper challenge, good like test to see where we're at. They didn't offer anything, which makes me more frustrated about my team. Why do you not capitalize when a team like that is not coming in and they're being toothless? You've got to take advantage at home when a team is not bringing their A game. You've got to bring your A game to them and dispatch them quickly. And we didn't do that. Rashford had a huge chance at the end of the game. Casemiro's Travella crossed into the box. Rashford didn't even hit the target with his header. He came on and was very, very positive. There was another chance where he goes past the keeper and he squares it to Fred. And the reason that Fred was trending, I'll tell you why he's trending, because he's awful at the game of football. He's not good at the sport, bro. That is why he was trending on Twitter, bro. He is not great and not good enough for Manchester United. And he proved that today. And it was so bad. There's some of these guys that I feel sorry for because of the work they put in. If you haven't got the quality, my guy, this ain't the club for you. You got to find another club, bro. Because if you ain't got the quality, this ain't the right one for you, bro.
All right, I hear that. You know what? So you're saying you got a lot of players that you're saying you need to get rid of, though. Not only just him.
Well, there's the other guys. I don't think it's a lot. I don't think that, like the deadwood will have to eventually be get rid of day by day. You know about the process that has to happen for a team to be improving over years. It's not something that happens overnight. You can't get rid of all of them because then you have no one to rely on. Huge misses for us today. Huge misses. Not as long with Man United because we have a bigger spending power than Arsenal did at the time. But with we had big misses in our first 11, bro. Ericsson missing, our biggest creative outlet. Martial, our best forward and our best number 9 in the club. You know, those issues. That's reasons why we didn't capitalize against Newcastle. But they were there for the taking.
Tim is in the house. Tim, what's going on, Tim? Okay, so Velvishwan, did you watch the Man United game?
No, I watched the Chelsea game because it was at the same time.
Okay, we're gonna wait for Mojo to talk about the Chelsea game. So maybe let's talk about the Arsenal game because I don't know if you guys watched the Arsenal game. We'll move on to that one next because I feel like the Arsenal game, bro. We rode our luck. We rode our luck today. We rode our luck. I don't know if you guys know, but like Leeds were all over us majority of that game.
Wasn't there like disallowed goal or something?
Bro, they had disallowed goals. They had disallowed They had penalty decisions reversed. They had red cards that were reversed. Like we had a VAR stoppage at the beginning of the game that took like 40 minutes for the game to begin. We had the Drake curse to worry about. There was so much shit going on in this game, bro. It was absolutely mad. And the most craziest thing is the game was supposed to start at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
The game didn't start till 2:40. So by the time we were done the game, it was pretty much right away. Like everything was just like bang, bang, bang. And the final seconds was the most chaotic final seconds of a game I've seen.
Yeah.
The 6-minute clock comes up.
Yeah.
What happens? Red card, penalty. I'm like, we got
sent off.
We We're not going to save another penalty. We already
sent off. He got reversed, but it was Gabriel.
Right? It got reversed because thing came straight into the back of Gabriel. Gabriel went down Magalhaes and he kicked out at it looked like he kicked out.
Patrick Bamford is who it was.
Right, Patrick Bamford. But the fact that Bamford came into him and the collision caused the original foul, they reversed it. They said no red card, no penalty. And wallahi, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I feel like we got a little bit lucky in the sense that we kept the clean sheet because these guys, if it was anybody that was a little bit more clinical, they would have finished their chances. Today we got
the reason the yellow card was still given to Gabriel is because it was still a bad response, but because it was initiated by Bamford. I can understand why the referee then looked back at it.
So
Gabriel got lucky too. He didn't get sent off. But hey, the rule is if you get fouled, they take the first foul. They don't take the second or third or.
But the reason that's what I was saying. He explained why the yellow card still stands because even though we look at the first foul, the response from Gabriel is still stupid. It's an issue that Arsenal fans have raised with him. Other fans have looked at him. His mentality, temperament, and recklessness has to change. Because he was so good for the rest of the game. He was so good for the rest of the game. But that's what's more annoying though, Egal. Because you look at someone who is so dominant for a good portion of a football match and has one moment where you worry about them, it's a problem. To be fair to you, Xhaka, well, he was that kind of man and now he looks reliable, so it's not impossible to change. So you have to hope that it does change.
Wait, hold on. So I watched the game from start to finish and I'm going to be realistic, and it's going to look like I have an Arsenal agenda, but then I will show that I don't have an Arsenal agenda, even though I hate Arsenal Football Club. That's fine. So let's be honest. At the start of the game, Arsenal in the first half were the better team. They had the better opportunities, and that's absolutely fine. Regardless of whether the game started late, Arsenal were the better team. You went in 1-0 up, didn't you? Second half, Leeds absolutely dominated you. Their press was just ridiculous. It makes me think, what have they done in other games to be as low down as they are? Because they started the season so well. Maybe it's just consistency with injuries and stuff like that. But they cause you all sorts of problems. Your ironclad defence looked all over the place. It wasn't just Gabriel. It was Saliba. Like, all your back four was just awful today. And Leeds on any other day could have won that 3 like they did against Chelsea. Bamford missed a penalty in there. Just absolutely, they dominated you. But
it could have been 4 or 5, Alan. 4 or 5.
It could have been. But here is where this is the thing like that. For Arsenal to get a result that in the last 2 or 3 seasons they quite clearly and easily would have fumbled and folded is a major. This, for me, although you played really good football because you have last season at times and if like this is the catalyst. This is the marker for you as people like Arsenal are different this season because you didn't fold, you didn't crumble, you got over the line. However you do, you can play really good football and win. The sign of a great team or a good team or challenging for a title or winning a league is when you don't play at your best, you pick up the points. And this today, last season, would have had Arsenal loss written all over it, and today it didn't. So you have to give Arsenal respect and stuff like that. Can you keep getting away with this if you do start playing badly and having bad games? Who knows? At the moment, on this performance and all that, I've got to give you credit. You got over the line, and that's all you need to do. Trust me, as a Spurs fan with some bad performances, I know getting over the line is all you need to do.
You do that every week, Alan.
Let
me just say this. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
I knew that we were coming with something like that. Alan knows which club he really supports. I support Spurs through and through, but I'm not. Although I come for Arsenal and I like to put Arsenal in their place when I can, I also like to talk sense and talk and be open and honest. And I'll give credit where credit's due. Today they get the credit. It looks flimsy at times, but you got over the line. That's all that matters.
You know what? That is all that matters. And I'm happy that we got over the line. I'm happy that we played the way we played. And the last 2 games, our goalkeepers have been the man of the matches. And it's just about winning these games at this point of the season. Fair play. Sohan says fair play to Alan as knowing that he's a rival fan, but he's giving us praise. That's amazing. Ilyas, chill. You're so shameless. Man said Liverpool are back up the Reds. Already, just one game like that, Liverpool's back. But let's talk about this though. Gabriel, I think it's a lack of competition. That causes these moments of like you guys know this. If you have a player who's comfortable and knows that he has no competition in his position or anyone similar to him profile-wise to take his position away from him, there's going to be moments where you see a lack of concentration or you see a
story of Luke Shaw's career, Egal.
And that's what I feel like. I feel like it's I know Tomiyasu can play there. Sohan's saying Tomiyasu can play there, but Arteta has not yet shown that he's willing to play him there. And also, we have 49 people in the chat right now. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Come on, guys, you can do much better than what we have right now. How many likes we have? We only have 20 likes. You can do much better than that. But yeah, Velvishwan, did you watch the Arsenal game? You know the problem is there were so many games close together that it was tough for everyone to watch every game.
Yeah.
So I tuned in when the United game was finished. So I got in at the second half, about half an hour left to play. What I did see is exactly what Alan was mentioning. Leeds showing that there's a way to play against the Arsenal team. You have to harass them and you can't leave them alone. If you do that, then you have a chance of being able to stop them in build-up play. Obviously, granted, in the first half, from what I've seen, you guys played through it ridiculously well, and you guys always have the ability to do that. But if you are persistent enough against this Arsenal team, and you've shown that you can press them for long enough, that is a way to play against them. But this is my question for you, Egal, because as Arsenal fans, as weeks go on, what is it now? 27 points out of 30. This is not. It's not a joke anymore. It's not small gaps and small forms anymore. It's about now. Are you as fans willing to act like a team that supports a team, act like a fan that supports a team that is top of the league with 27 points out of possible 30? You should be challenging for this title. It's as simple as that. With the quality that you've shown, and if you guys continuously not put your necks out on the line, I don't care how much you've been hurt in the past, it is fake for you guys to believe in a process and believe in a manager, believe in all of this, if you don't believe the fruition is here, bro. You're seeing the fruits right now.
Potentially there could be a title challenge, but until
potentially, and words like this are just, maybe I can always fall back if it doesn't happen. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, it's funny that I feel like you're almost trying to move the goalpost of where we are. Like last season, we were supposed to get into Europe. We almost got a chance to get top 4. It seemed like we didn't make it in the end. I generally don't think this team is prepared to win a league this year. But of course, if we're in and amongst the pack come halfway through the season, we have to start taking it a lot more serious. This is only 10 games into the season.
For me, this is not a narrative change. For me, what I've seen from this Arsenal team in the last couple of years, I've seen you guys progress to this point where you are now. And I've seen the steps that have been taken.
I understand that. And people in the chat are even asking, like I seen Mustafa ask earlier, asking about a title challenge. Where is it? Somewhere here. He was saying something like, ask about the title challenge. Because this is what everyone keeps talking about. Bro, a title challenge is not determined if you're actually a title contender early in the season. Man United were top of the league for a long period a couple years ago. You weren't really title contenders. You guys were in and amongst the pack.
Or the Oli one. When under Oli.
Yeah.
We were first in Christmas once.
No, but were you considered title contenders?
No, we weren't close enough.
Hold on. You Man United fans.
Don't you Man United fans? I'm not you Man United fans. I'm not you Man United fans. I'm me. Talk about me and what I think. I don't know. As a fan, if I look at a title challenge, if you finish 20 points behind the number one, it's not a title challenge. It is not the same as 27 out of 30 points, though. That's not the same. It's not the same, Egal.
Hold on, you've interpreted that I'm coming for you. When I say you Man United fans as in the group, you're taking that personally. So that makes me think that you said it once at least, 21 and 21. I'm not coming for you directly. I'm saying the Man United fan base.
You can believe that, but it's not been said. You can believe that if you want. It's just not been said.
Let me finish. When the Arsenal Man United fans back then were going 21 and 21, Man United fans were believing it, not necessarily you. When people say about Spurs as a fan base and all that, I know if it doesn't apply to me, I'm like, wasn't me, I just let it go. But to get defensive means you must have said it once. Our Man United fans were taking it seriously.
So you're saying because of my reaction, you believe that I said it?
Yeah, you got very defensive.
Well, Twitter is a public platform. You can search you can search 21 and 21 and see if I said it. No one has claimed, and any fan who at the point claimed that United was going to win the 21st title does not understand anything about football. It's as simple as that. But the only point I'm mentioning is that you're deflecting from the point here. It is not the same as getting, and you mentioning it as well, Egal, it is not the same as getting 27 points out of 30. This is not just a fugazi attempt. It's not like when Spurs were at the top on the jersey. It's not like that where it's fleeting and it's only everyone's close to each other. You are 27 points out of 30. You cannot escape your soul. You can't continue to try and hide behind the shadows and work in silence. You are the best team in the land currently, without a doubt. You are the best team in the land on form at this point in time. You guys cannot keep hiding behind these pretenses because of the pain you've experienced in the past. You have to be truthful with yourself.
Okay, let me just show you the league table. One second, let me just show you the league table. Yes, we are currently 4 points ahead of everybody else. But understand, that is nothing. It's 10 games into the season. Same way Mojo last year, when they were 9 games in, top of the league, he wasn't saying we're going to win the league, yelling, screaming. That's not what we're going to do.
Oh, hey, brother, don't. I'm right here. You might as well ask me why I was saying what I was saying. I was saying that before the season kicked off, we are not winning the title. We're not title favorites. We're not any of the stuff people were putting us on top for. We were not part of that conversation, bro. So, like, the context
for me, it's flaky as a fan base if you don't try and back your team the way that you guys have seen them. If this process is going so well as you believe it's to be going,
no, but like there's one big difference. But like there was one big difference. So like with Chelsea, right? Last year when we were top of the table, bro, our performances were a lot of them quite questionable. We're winning games, but we weren't playing well. Whereas Arsenal, besides today, there's not really too many questionable performances. Even when you did lose, you guys were actually like, now we're proud of the team. Like there's a different character, there's a different way, different sort of atmosphere about this whole team. The way Arteta's got you playing, the belief within the players, the belief from the fans. Arsenal is definitely a team that needs to be taken a lot more seriously, but it starts with the fans also bigging them up the way they need to be. I understand though, obviously over the years, you guys have seen like, you know, good form, and then it's pretty much like backfired on you by the end of the season. So I can understand why you're a bit hesitant about it. And at this point of the season, bro, it's 10 games in. I wouldn't take it too damn serious. So I get it.
You know what? Maybe that's the question.
Fanfare doesn't work with that as well. The fanfare after every game. Look, we did it again. We've beaten this challenge. Oh, we've gone over this hurdle. We beat Liverpool. All this kind of stuff that you guys are going for. You can't just turn around now and be the ones who are hiding behind it again. It's like you can't pick one way.
You can't be underdogs.
Either you're going to be shameless after every game, then you have to believe you're winning the title. If you're not going to be shameless, you're going to be rational, then you have to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. You can't switch it up 2 ways, and that's what I'm saying about this fan base.
Yeah, I agree.
I am not.
Shout out Rams as well. Shout out Rams as well. Not you, Egal.
I'm just going to make it clear. I am not being irrational at this one. For once, I'm going to chill and I'm going to sit back. I'm going to wait because I don't feel like there's an actual reason for me to be yelling and screaming that, oh, we're going to win, we're going to win, we're going to win, because I really don't believe that. Until I believe it and I can see it and I actually believe that we're capable of doing it, then I'll say it. Personally, I would need us to strengthen the midfield in the January window and bring in one more body. And potentially, if we can bring in, like, if we can sign 2 players, I feel like, and we're still in the pack, I believe we could win the league. But right now, the way we're currently constructed, I don't think we're capable of doing it.
Fair enough.
That's just me. But another thing, I feel like everyone's trying to move the barometer and trying to dictate what we should, what our expectations should be set at. My expectations are top 4 and trying to get as high as possible in the league and trying to win the Europa League. If we get that, whatever happens in the league, regardless, if we can get,
and that's good for you. There are Arsenal fans already out there saying you're winning the title. There are Arsenal fans already out there saying you're winning the title. So it's not you personally, but Arsenal fans are already saying that because of the start you've made. So they are already saying it.
You can't be shameless rational. What?
No, he's if
you can't be shamelessly.
If I try and understand what he's saying, it's basically what I was saying. You can't be after a game shameless. Oh my days, we beat these guys, we did it again, like flaunting that off. At the same time, not being willing enough to say I'm going to win the league. You can't do that. And there's fans that I know personally, Arsenal fans, who are after every single game, they're screaming and shouting about, oh my days, look, we're here, we're back, oh my team are so good, right? But then as soon as you ask them just a straight up question, answer me, who's winning the league title? Do you know what they say? We're going until the last day. What? Everyone's going to the last day. We're all playing 38 games. What do you mean going to the last day?
Bro,
what does that mean?
I will tell you this. If we're still in the pack 10 games from now, I'll believe it. That we could actually
We'll have a talk then.
But right now, it's not about the points. It's not about the fact that it's just too early in the season. You guys kept saying to me just a couple of days ago, it's only 5 games. It's only 6 games. Now that we're 10 games in, guys are saying you have to say you're in a title challenge.
No, for you, I agree. You're rational about it. I agree. For you, that's fine. Go on, Adam.
My problem with this. here's my problem with this: is that a couple of seasons ago under Mourinho, when Spurs were top in November, this is November, I had majority of Arsenal fans. So you're going to win the league. You're going to win the league. I was like, it's not that like Spurs have never challenged for the league title in my lifetime. But well, came close under when we were trying to chase Chelsea down under Conte, but. I was like, for that, I'm not. No, I don't think we're in the title race and all that. But you're top, all good stuff like that. Giving me hassle upon hassle, week in, week out, and all that about we're in a title challenge. Now you guys won't live by your own mantra, like that you're in the title challenge when you're clear at the top of the table, 4 points in, and it's almost November. That's why I'm saying this is why I don't understand why fan bases shift when it comes around to them.
It's hypocrisy, isn't it?
Exactly. It's hypocrisy. If Spurs were top in November this season under Conte by 4 points, or stuff like, I'd be more inclined because Mourinho, let's be honest, was finished or past his best. Conte is in his thing. I'd say I believe we've got a chance to win this title. That would be me in November under this Conte. For you guys, I think it's a bit disingenuous that you hold other teams to higher standards, but when it comes to you, like, nah, we're good. That's the only problem I have.
But you have to distinguish banter and reality. You have to distinguish banter and reality. The same way that I didn't banter Mo when he was when other Chelsea fans were saying they're going to win the league.
That's a cop out, Egal.
You know what I mean?
That's a cop out.
Look, it's not. It's not a
banter after it's not realistic.
Okay, bro.
Of course,
expectations.
But I actually don't even think, Egal. But I actually don't think this is about you though. Because I don't think you are shameless after the Arsenal game. I don't think you're as bad as I've seen Arsenal fans to be. So not necessarily at you, but the in general consensus among Arsenal fan base is the guys who are insufferable after you win, but are not willing to call you a title challenger. This kind of thing is unacceptable. You see what I'm saying? That's what doesn't add up to us. I think those of you guys who are rational and people are forcing you to be in a title challenge, if you answer them with rationale and logic, it makes sense. No one should be able to do that to you. You're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. But we're talking about the part of your fan base that are shameless and insufferable after you win, but are not willing to put their neck out. That doesn't add up to me. To me, that doesn't add up.
But this makes sense. Let's talk about it when we're halfway through the season. That's fair.
Fair.
Okay.
100% is 100%.
I think what Alan said and what obviously bro is saying is definitely like something that has to be said. Like I have spoken to Arsenal fans like last year. I was speaking to Arsenal fans a lot, not just obviously on this show, but also even on spaces on Twitter. And like one thing I did notice is when you guys do go on a run, there's a certain level of not, I wouldn't even call it delusion, but there's a certain level of arrogance that comes with even speaking to you guys, where you're like, you're not willing to take necessarily any sort of conversation about criticism, but you will say your team is this, your team is that, your team is this. And then as soon as it crashes, then suddenly you will start regurgitating the same information we were telling you from the beginning. Like right now, you look at this Arsenal team, and I'm like, you know what? When they have their first 11 fit and they're playing, they can play some really phenomenal stuff. They can actually go and probably go to toe-to-toe with anyone in the league and actually put on a good performance. However, we all understand that a squad is what's needed at the end of the day, because injuries are pretty much becoming an inevitable thing in the Premier League. And when you look at this Arsenal squad, you take away some of these key players, Arsenal's replacements are not of the caliber that they need to be in. And I don't even need to mention names in that regard. I mean, like, I'm hearing Arsenal fans complain during the week about Lukonga, saying this guy is literally not going to be doing that job that we are hoping he would do if Partey and these lot are not available, because he's not performing to the standards you guys would like. Eddie Nketiah, let's be frankly honest, is a massive downgrade to Gabriel Jesus. That's not going to be good enough. You get an injury to Saka or Martinelli. These are all key players. So at the end of the day, I think we got to be realistic. Even when you're saying, like, let's talk about it at like January or like later on in the season about where we are, and then we make a decision from there. And you did say one thing that for me, it's like a bit still kind of crazy. And you said if we get at least 2 signings in January, then I can talk about title contention. I just still think even with 2 signings, you can't necessarily guarantee that, because again, you need everything to go in your favor. Injuries is still going to be a massive factor for you guys, because right now you might be looking at those 2 signings for a specific position, but then later on, actually you find, oh, the injuries I have are not actually in the position that we need. Like we knew as Chelsea fans, Reece James is our best player in that right wing back position. And we knew as soon as he gets injured, the flip and switch that we have for him is Azpilicueta. There's no way it's good enough. We already knew that. That's why people were complaining before the season kicked off. They were already saying, Tuchel, you're making a massive mistake. Chelsea, you're making a massive mistake. Right now, with Arsenal, I think we got to be realistic. When we look at the way you guys have done, did anyone expect Arsenal to pick up 27 points out of a possible 30? I don't think even Arsenal fans could say that.
And first of all, Jem, no. Second of all, I knew Egal, he only just put that and you put straight up, put it in there. And look at it, get Jem. Nah, Jem, not at all. Not scared at all. They're going to fall apart.
Get a 6 and another attacker, and then I'll be confident.
Oof, you know what's more illogical than saying, oh, Arsenal are just going to win. People saying we're going to just win the league. I find it more illogical that people who are saying, oh, they're going to find a way to drop off and fall out of the top 4. Like, from the position we're in right now, you should be saying, you know what? The way they're playing, everything they're doing is very sustainable, and I could easily see them finishing in the top 4. Instead, saying, oh, they're going to drop off. Alan, where are we going to drop off to? That's what I don't get. Like, I seen Gary Neville say the other day, Arsenal could still fall out of the top 4. Yes, mathematically, we could still fall out of the top 4. But the way that we're performing and the way that we're looking right now, 10 games into the season, we look a serious outfit.
Can I go? Yeah. Right. I think you look back at previous weeks and I said you're getting top 4 football. That's why I'm going to say drop off. You're going to drop. You're not going to finish first. I think you'll finish 3rd or 4th. I put Spurs above you still. And I think that's the case because, like I said, if you look back in the last season, on 2 occasions, you bottled it. 8 games to go, 6 points ahead of a game in hand. 3 games to go, 4 points ahead. And you've done it both times where we caught you. So until you show me different this season, I'm going to hold you to the same standards. If you prove me wrong this season, I'll have my hands up and say Arsenal are better. Simple as.
Okay, let's talk about Tottenham now. Since you wanted to go there, Tottenham let's talk about Tottenham now. Since you want to go there, right? Tottenham are currently 3rd. Look at that. All 4 teams at the top of the table only conceded 10 goals this season. Newcastle actually conceding less than us. That's crazy.
They just drew too many.
Right?
Miguel, can you zoom out, please? I want to see my team.
I can't. This is a screenshot. Anyways,
wow, even that you haven't even got up there. Oh wow.
Wait, Belbashwan, did you have anything to say about Arsenal before we move on?
I didn't watch the game, so
okay. Tottenham. Did anyone watch the Tottenham game? Because I watched half of it and I felt like that penalty decision was soft, but Tottenham looked a little bit better today.
As in the put on Harry Kane.
Penalty.
Yeah.
That's Stonewall. That was a clear pen.
Exactly. Hold on. Let's go back to last week when people were saying about the soft penalty and all that. I didn't see it in real time, but the penalty for you against Liverpool was a penalty, however soft. This was more Stonewall because Pickford spilt it, Kane's got there, and if you look back at a thing like that, you see that the amount of force that Pickford's head's gone like that means there was plenty enough contact for Kane to go down. It's a penalty at the end of the day. So I'm sorry, that's ridiculous.
Man said T-Rex clipped.
Did you feel like he dived? Let's be honest. Did he kind of like he initiated the contact and dived, or was it a thing where it was natural movement?
No, because he spilt it. Any player now in that box feels contact, they go down. So anyone that goes, oh, you're looking for contact to go down, every player does it. So don't try and hold your team to a higher standard. It's ridiculous.
No, man, Arsenal are all about class, mate. They wouldn't do such a thing.
Oh, kiss my
after he
they would never do such a thing.
So.
Yeah, because that's what the attackers will do. They'll fall down if they get a touch. What Jesus did, like, it was a soft touch by Thiago, but he went down and won the penalty. Like, it's going to get given nowadays, especially with these referees.
Did he directly thing touch his leg? How did it? I missed that. I need to rewatch it right now.
It was a penalty, bro. Pickford's got himself to blame because he should have easily caught that. He spilt it, and then in that Kane's run to get the ball, he's got there ahead. He's still had his head out because he's trying to obviously clamber towards it, and he's hit Kane's leg. Kane's gone down. It's a penalty. Just being honest.
Oh yeah, he did catch his leg, but I'm not gonna lie, Kane kind of sold it. He did a good job selling it.
But everyone does it. Look, last week, Thiago caught him, but no ways Jesus had to go down, but he still did for a penalty. Why are you trying to? You're making yourself look silly doing the same, like trying to go for Tottenham when your player done the same thing. Come on.
No, this is actually way worse. The guy literally jumps straight into Kane's knee. You're right. It's pretty bad.
Thank you. Thank you. You got there in the end, you know. You kind of your agenda was there, but you kind of
the tribalism sometimes, man, it gets in the way.
No, you know what it is? I'm seeing people showing still images. I'm watching the video right now. The guy Pickford just literally jumped straight into his knee. What does he think?
Yeah, it's a penalty, man.
I'm not surprised Pickford did that against Van Dijk a few seasons ago.
Stills and slow-mo sell it way worse.
That was last season, brother, man. Let it go.
Look, if I show you guys the still image that I've seen, if I show you guys the still image that I've seen, you would have said he dived. Everyone knows when you see a still image, it makes things look way worse. Busquets, did you see it? Did you see this? Look at this guy. Tell me this doesn't look like they did this on purpose.
Yeah, of course they did.
They did. Over his face.
Man actually circled the expression. That's funny.
Why is he circling his hand?
Still free frame. What is that?
Diogo Jose in the comments. I will take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. Jan Batonga would make a good lawyer. I'm not going to lie. I will take that as a compliment.
Listen. Sometimes you have to refresh yourself, remind yourself of the situation. I was just literally bringing up the talking point. I seen a lot of people talking about it, but realistically, I just rewatched it again, and it's clearly a penalty. I don't know what I was talking about, but yeah. Besides that, Højbjerg's looking like he's putting up some numbers for you guys recently. Like, how many goals is that?
3 goals, 1 assist this season, and he's more of a deep line midfielder. He's got more freedom. Everyone now saying
he's still got a bit of way to go to finish top scorer for your club, man. Come on, man. He has to. Jorginho, mate.
Yeah, he's not going to get there because obviously Kane's 9 out of 10. And another talking point for me is people aren't giving Kane credit for his best scoring season so far as of this point because you got some freak over there at Man City doing what he's doing. So he can't keep up with that man. Although he did fire a blame today. The game was all right. Everton came back to sit back and do an us. And then they hit us on the counter-attack in the first half and caused us problems. But when Richarlison came off and we went to a 3-5-2, we bossed it. It's as simple as that 3-5-2 is a blessing in disguise for teams who set up a low block against us. It gives us so much more control in midfield. And, sorry, I can't hear you.
Should you be playing 3-5-2 more often?
I would like us to. But then if you do that, you lose Kulusevski. It's all right for now when he's out injured.
This is funny. You play United next.
We do. We play United. That's not going to happen.
You've got Spurs and Chelsea back to back. I want 6 points.
I'm sorry, but that's just not going to happen. You're not getting 3 points against Spurs.
Breaking down a lot, not a problem. Trust me, my boy.
What was that? Sorry?
I said breaking down a low block is not a problem for me, my boy. Don't worry, we good.
You're good.
Let's save it for Friday.
Did you play a low block today? Did you do anything? Nah. So anyway, carry on with the first pick.
Goal. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you exactly what's going to happen. Okay. You saw what Cristiano Ronaldo did to you last time he bucked you, man. What did he do? Hey, Mojo. What did he do to them, bro?
Bro, tell him, man.
Neck. Are you crazy? You know what happens when Ronaldo comes against Spurs? Then at Old Trafford, what did he do, Egal? Little flick from Fred.
Hey, man's falling asleep.
You are my son. You'll always be my son. You understand? You're my
little boy. You'll always be my son.
We grab our best players and we make them legends. That's what we come to do to our players. But you understand? You'll always be our sons. I'm going to collect those 3 points of you. Then I have to go and play a team I respect. Chelsea, that's a team I respect. Graham Potter, manager I respect. Yeah, then it's a good game. Spurs? Have some respect.
Well, why the disrespect that you
that is madness.
Wait, is Alan frozen?
Sorry, he sent me to sleep with what he was going on about. I'm sorry. I got a bit bored there.
I was loud enough to
anyway.
I'm
sorry. Sorry. I promised Egal I'll come on and do a stream. I can't do a stream if you're sending me to sleep. Just wait your turn and all that. You're doing a lot of overprojection there and all that. It's just not going to happen, all right? I've got to do Egal a favour and be here for the rest of the stream. So just let me finish what I'm saying. Right. You're talking about last season. That's congratulations. But Ronaldo's a lot older now, and he's already played one game, so he ain't going to be playing the next game. So that's fantastic. He's not. He's Zimmer Frame's not going to be out for the next game. It's fine. You're going to rely on Ericsson, an old Spurs player, to help you out, and that's not going to happen either. So relax. We're going on about this. Hey, we'll get to this next time. The next time we do vibes from the 6 and you're holding the L and all that, then we'll talk and we'll see who's. Anyway, let's get back to this game. When we played a 3-5-2.
When I play my sons, I collect 3 and I'll keep stepping, bro. That's what I
Anyway.
Ericsson better play. Ericsson playing against Tottenham.
Anyway, we'll see. Okay, we're going about this game. Calm down. Anyway, this game is a lot better, and it just shows, and it just goes to show when you play a 3-5-2, the amount of various variations you can have in that team, because Bentancur was the one down the right-hand side who whipped it into Højbjerg in the advanced role to finish. Whereas if we're in a 3-4-3, it's so rigid because you have to have a 2-man midfield that gets over. I think you can't have that people get forward. So it's normally going only to Son, Kane, or Kulusevski or Richarlison. When you've got a 3-5-2, you can have more, build up play. You can control the ball, and that enables other players to get forward, which Spurs have lacked. So for me, very good signs that Spurs in a 3-5-2 can be more mobile up the pitch than the 3-4-3.
Okay. So long story short, Alan, do you believe that Tottenham are going to achieve something this season, or is it just you're going game by game, just take it easy and we'll see where we go?
So like I said, I'm holding my club to the same standard. I've always said in previous seasons, when Spurs have a capable manager and a capable squad, which we do have, I want nothing less, and this is my standards, not saying what I think Spurs will do. My standards are, with Conte and his team, at least third and a trophy. If we don't do that, then they've failed. It's as simple as that. And yet again, I can see the Man United fan going, you think you're going to get third and a trophy? I said that's the standards I have for my team.
I'm just saying, a Spurs fan's standard to be a trophy is something crazy to me. You said your own standards. That means your club has been failing you since birth. What's going on? How have you been failing so long?
Actually, let me answer then. My team, since I've been born, have won trophies. I can see by your age, you only supporting Man United because they were winning trophies, so you can hold that one.
I might be a babyface, but I've seen my team win the.
You saw the trophies of Man United and go, I'll support that team. That's really easy to do. I supported Spurs because I was born close to it and I like the way they played.
Let me respond.
They flipping out, man.
Hey, yo, man, chill for a second.
One second. What I've seen my team do is in the same season win the Premier League and the Champions League. That's two things you've never seen in your life. You could be double my age.
It's quite easy to see that when you see a team winning, go, I'll support them. I'll support them. It's quite easy to do. Why do you think you see so many Man City fans nowadays that there never was? Because it's quite easy to do. I start watching football when I see a team winning everything, I'll support them. Congratulations, you took the easy route. Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
I took the winning route, my boy. I only take W's in my life. I don't take L's.
Congratulations. W's? What W do you take in this season?
Yo, one second. Let's get Velvishwan in here. Yo, Velvishwan, do you see? And obviously Mo and Velvishwan, I'm going to ask you guys this: do you think Tottenham, the way they play, is sustainable throughout the rest of the season, or do you think they're going to have to adapt and change a little bit to control games a little bit more, like they did against Everton?
I'll let the brother answer first. Go for it.
I feel like in the sense when you go against like teams that are going to sit back, I feel like Spurs will struggle. Like, because you'll see like the likes of, let's say, West Ham, they'll probably sit back. Like those types of teams, they'll probably sit back, and that will be very difficult for Spurs to take control and score that. But the thing about Spurs is that you've got Harry Kane up top. He can have a poor game, but he will still get a goal out of nowhere because he's that quality. He's that good striker. So yeah, I feel like it's sustainable, but it depends really. I feel like they need to keep the players fit. I feel like keeping Harry Kane, Son fit should be fine. And Højbjerg, for me, I think he's very underrated, Højbjerg. I feel like so far he's been the best DM this season, in my opinion, because the way he's been doing. I know, in my opinion, in it, but you could debate Partey or Bruno Guimaraes as well. But yeah,
he's not really a DM, Bruno Guimaraes, though.
Yeah, but you can play it if you want. But like, yeah, it's just Spurs needs to keep those players if they want to keep the sustainability. Like, yeah, they just need to keep it up, really.
The reason Spurs struggle against low block teams is because they're daring Conte to actually play football. Because that guy, he doesn't know how to coach teams to play football. That's not what he does. What he does is the same thing that he did at Chelsea. Here you go, Costa and Hazard win me 3 points every week. Your issue with that is that the game has changed. The Premier League is not a league where you can do that anymore. And the issue, what Alan's going to notice about this team that he supports right now, is that this unsustainability, coupled with the fact that Conte is already frustrated with the squad that he has, he seems to be already frustrated with the people who are above him, is what I like to call a recipe for disaster. Tottenham Hotspur are a pressure cooker right now. It's a pressure cooker environment, and there's one person you don't want in the kitchen when the pressure cooker's high, and his name is Antonio Conte. That's the one person you do not want there. When you ask these guys to try and play football and be creative, he's telling me about 3-5-2, 3-4-3. You guys could play a 10-0-1 for all I care. If you can't kick ball without Harry Kane, then that shows you're deficient as a team and as a squad. That is the simple truth about the team. Okay. And we'll see what happens as well.
So a couple of things.
I didn't think it would get so heated between United and
a couple of things I have to come back at, Noah. For you to name a 10-0-1, relax. I'll let you finish. Notice how I didn't interrupt you. No, for you to name a 10-0-1 formation, realise you know nothing about ball because you have to have a goalkeeper. So relax. You can only have 9-0-1 if that's what you're going for. Do you wear glasses, my guy? Thank you. Relax. Hold on. I'll let you talk. Calm yourself down. You wear glasses, my guy. Do you wear glasses? Because I think you need thicker lens because we're third in the table, not where you are. And we've lost one since March. And since Conte's come, we're the third in points. We may even have surpassed Liverpool now. We may be second, or we were third. We may be second now. Points overall since Conte's come in. So you say it's not sustainable, but them stats point that it is sustainable because of where we are.
Put the popcorn emojis in the chat, people.
We will see. We will see. Like I mentioned to you, those four aspects show why it is a pressure cooker at your club. We will see how it lasts. This brother's getting players.
What aspects? Name three that are non-existent at the moment.
I didn't sign Jet. That's the kind of player you're playing.
Man's twerking for the comment section. That's what he's doing. You're proper twerking. See how far Man United are falling, getting rattled by a Spurs fan. Rattled. You're rattled.
Oh, nice. Here you go.
Okay. We'll see Wednesday.
It's getting me.
It's getting
eyes.
Eyes.
Who said the eyes?
Calma.
Okay.
I'm calm. Look at what you're doing. I'm calm. You're the one who's being rattled.
They compared Kulusevski to Saka. Saka became a different animal. He took that personal, you know. But Mojo, what you saying, bro? Is it sustainable the way Tottenham play?
And
you've seen it firsthand.
Look. I know Alan will think that I'm beat. I don't like Conte, guys. I'm just gonna be like frankly honest with you guys. All right, I don't like him. He's won us a Premier League and he's done well for my club in that one season where everybody was happy with him. But I always felt like even when he was coming into my club, long term, it's not sustainable. It's not what I wanted my club to be about. Eventually, he proved me right. At the moment, things look good and he seems to be getting and grinding results out when it's needed, even if the team is not performing. And from that perspective, Spurs, all they can ask for is for him to perform and get them competing wherever he needs to be competing in for that table. At the end of the day, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the guy. I don't think his football works the best in terms of the quality of plays he has right now. I doubt it more than ever. Reason why is because I look at those wing back options that he has, and if they were better than what they currently are, maybe the team would be a lot better. But the fact of the matter is, Perisic is your best wing back. And we all know how old he is. Other than that, bro, and unless he gives this Spence kid a lot of time and he's willing to actually, take a risk on a young kid. And I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm looking at it and I'm like, right now he's getting results. He's third place in the table. Alan has already written out a whole paragraph for you guys that states exactly what you need to know about him stats wise. I'm not here to argue with the stats right now because the stats look in his favor. Long term, however, this guy, he burns wherever he goes, bro. When he leaves with a burning desire, bro. And he lives with that burning desire of I want more, and you guys are not on my level. And when he does that, he leaves it in a mess. I don't like that when managers do that.
When he believes he can't win, what does he do when he believes he can't win?
Bro, he bounces.
He goes out the door, and
the thing is, right now, his beloved Juve, they definitely look like they're ready for.
See your veins in your head. Relax. It's all right. God, take a chill pill. It's fine. It's late at night.
Conte is going to go out the door. It's what he does everywhere, Mojo. We see it everywhere.
Yeah.
We see
it. My final point, his beloved Juve at the moment look like they're ready for a rebuild job. So if I'm Spurs, I'm going to make sure that I make Conte as happy as possible. Otherwise, I don't think he will hesitate to leave for Juve because they will give him the power to do what he needs to do. He's done it before.
Okay. And Mo, hold on, relax. I'm having a civilized conversation with Mo. Can you just relax a second? Mo, why is he relax yourself. Mo, why is Juventus looking for a rebuild? Why are Juventus looking for a rebuild?
So because their squad is aging, brother.
Okay, so the squad is aging, but since Conte's come in, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Jed Spence, Udogie, who was signed, Romero, all under the age of Basuma, all under the age of 26. So not an aging squad. Perisic and Forster, who's a backup keeper. So I understand what you're saying. He's done it at other teams and that.
No, I'm saying the Juve squad is aging, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this time with Spurs, although we have bought Perisic for the experience, and you've got and obviously a decent player, and Forster, a backup keeper who you normally have over 30 anyway. It's not bought. We've gone out and bought all 34, 35-year-olds and all that, like he has done at other teams. I understand what he's done at other teams, but it's not been the same this time around because it's not been allowed. So that's where it's been reined in, which is good.
It's just, I don't think they're going to be allowing him to spend the type of money that he probably will.
Spurs never do. That's the thing. So
and that's what I mean. Like if he's a guy that, honestly speaking, bro, when you don't give him what he wants, historically speaking, we all know this. Like he bounces, or he will self-sabotage. And bro, that's what made me lose respect for him. That second season with us, that second half of it, bro, self-sabotage. I saw somebody that said, you didn't give me what I wanted in January. Well, fuck you. Let me show you how this is done. Self-sabotage a whole last part of the season, bro. I'll never forgive him for that shit.
He's done it at other clubs, but he's never done it. At the moment, he hasn't done it at Spurs. So I'm not going to criticize a guy for doing something he hasn't done. So until he does, I'm not going to criticize. I'm not going to look past the fact of what we're doing right now.
Yeah, like I said, at your club right now, he's doing his job, bro. I can't criticize. There's nothing for me to hate on yet.
Guy above, I can't hear you. Your mic's not that good.
You're not gonna
can't hear you.
This guy said because it hasn't done it at Spurs. So if I said to you, hey, girl, man, I got this girl for you, man. But before she's been a serial killer, she's a serial killer. Are you gonna still go with this woman because she hasn't killed you yet? You're staying.
I think you're smoking something. I seriously do.
You've seen them take M's in the past. Therefore, I'm not staying around that person, bro. Conte has proven it time after time after time. When he's not good enough, there's the door. There you go. And one thing else that he believes, this is the worst thing about the Tottenham situation. This is the first club that he's been to that he already walking in believes he's better than the whole club. The issue, when he goes to Chelsea, he knows the history at Chelsea. I have to respect what's going on here. I know Roman is above me. I can be kicked out anytime. Juventus, he has respect. He's played in Italy before. He's an Italian national guy. He knows all about the history of Juventus. He came into Tottenham. He said, what's going on here? They have no mentality to win. What have they won? What's going on here? What is this? What have I walked into? And now they're asking him to change things that are fundamental in the fabric of the club. And this is a guy with zero patience. Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead, and that's fine. You'll say Spurs ain't got history because you probably think football started in, 2000s when you supported Man United. Congratulations. Spurs have history. Relax, I'll let you finish. Spurs have history before, obviously, like going all the way back through the 1900s, all the way through to 1960s, 1970s. Recent history is not there. You win a couple of cups and all that, which is what he's there to turn around. But football does go back past 2000s, my guy, just so you're aware. If you do some history lessons, then you would know. But football, oh no, because now it's got to the point with
guys, this has been great. This has been great.
It sounds like it's past your bedtime, mate. Go and have a snooze.
I gotta stop this. Mandem, chill. This is gotta stop. We gotta move on to the Chelsea game, and then we're gonna move on to Liverpool, Man City. Dabs is gonna be joining us very, very soon. Anyone who's joining from Never or Foul right now, welcome, and please do hit that like button. Shout out to the regulars. I can see my guy. Trash Tottenham have no poll. Terrence Tibbs, my uncle Terrence Tibbs in the house. Mustafa, like always, Rich. Guys, get your questions in. We'll get to them at the end of the show. I'll try to save them as we go. But yeah, someone just said, where the F is this? What F in history?
Eric Ten Hag, Trash Tottenham have no poll.
I'm not going to lie. Alan, speak today. Let's just move on, please.
Hey, I've never seen Tottenham get attacked like this before, bro. It's been crazy.
Yo,
I don't even feel like attacking you, bro. I can't be asked to attack.
The ground is down there trying to punch up. Don't worry about
it. Okay. Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Mojo, did you go to the game this time?
Nah, bro. I was too ill, man. I've still got a cold. I don't know if you can still hear my voice or not, but yeah, I didn't manage to go.
Shout out to the fans that go home and away.
Big up to them, man. Big up to them. And bro, I can't lie to you lot. I watched this full game. One of our most shambolic performances of recent, bro. It was not a good performance. I don't know how we won 2-0, but I'm taking it, bro. Sometimes your team can play so freaking bad, and you just have to question how in God's world you have earned this amount of luck. And generally today felt like one of those. Say again?
I'm joking.
I don't know what you said. I don't know what you said, bro.
Couldn't hear him.
I said that's Alan every week.
That's Alan every week. You're all one today, bro.
One pen attention.
Nah, go. So, bro, allow Tottenham, man. Allow Tottenham.
Nah, so when it comes to this game,
say no more. He's fine.
Nah, it's cool, bro. And now, honestly, I generally felt like this game we were fine, like for the first 15 minutes, and then like, bruh, I don't know what happened the last 30 minutes for the first half, and pretty much the whole second half, in my opinion, was for me a write-off. I felt like this was not like in line with some of the performances we've been able to actually have under Potter. And I do think certain things probably affected us. I don't know if it was fatigue. I don't know if it was just a mentality thing. And whatever it wasn't a good like performance for me. I felt like Kepa and Mason Mount were the only two players that I could have picked up from today's team that I could have said, well done. Thank you for performing the way you did. You guys saved us. The rest of them, do better. Don't show up like this ever again. Like, that's personally how I felt about it. We got the 3 points. I'm just happy to see the 3 points on the board. We move on to Brentford next, which I expect to be just as difficult, if not even more difficult. So, yeah, man, there's not really a lot I'm going to say on Chelsea this week because I'll be honest, I'm still gassed over the whole, AC Milan experience. And I think that was more of a positive note for me to take away. This one, not so much, man.
Talk about Kepa, bro. Is Kepa the number one now going forward?
At the moment, he's won his way into the team. I think the manager seems to be favoring him. And rightly so. Like, he's not really made mistakes. He's been comfortable on the ball. He's like literally cleaned up his errors in his game. And I hope it continues for his own sake. And I think this is good also for Mendy because before, I think Mendy probably, there was a part of him that looked at it like, you know what, I'm the number one choice and there isn't really a second choice and I'm not going to get dropped. So when players have this type of sort of mentality or this sort of complacency, room for complacency, I think it allows shit like what was happening with Mendy to happen the same way for Kepa as well. And I'd like to think that these two keepers, at least until the rest of the season, they can push each other to be the best possible, and hopefully we'll be able to actually benefit from it. Today, for me, was one of those performances where Kepa, honestly, I was like, if they gave him man of the match, I would have not complained. I'd have said, well done, you deserve it. But yeah, that's about it, man.
Hey, Velvishwan, your moment to shine. You watched this game thoroughly. What do you think about Chelsea and Aston Villa? Do you agree with Mojo's assessment?
Yeah, I agree. I think overall for Chelsea, they were quite poor in the sense that in the first half they got the goal through a mistake, but good finish from Mount. And yeah, I think Villa overall played the better football. It's just that front three of Villa, they're absolute bozos. They can't even shoot. Like, I give credit to Kepa, man. Kepa was very good that game. The saves, I don't know how he did that save where
Danny Ings.
Yeah, Danny Ings, and the one before that, the triple save or double save he had to do.
Yeah,
that was very good from Kepa.
Yeah,
Kepa needs to be drug tested. Someone says he needs to be drug tested. But yo, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Chelsea are going under the radar. This is going to be a rare moment where you see me praise Chelsea for a little bit. But Graham Potter's come in. They look different. They look better. And I no longer think they're going to struggle to make top four. I think they're going to get top four this year. And I think Liverpool is still going to be the team that struggles. But it was between Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man United to see who the two teams that drop out. And I genuinely do think Chelsea's going to hold on to it. I think Liverpool, even though they won today, and Dabs has just joined us. Shout out Dabs, my guy. Guys, you already know what it is. Never a foul. My guy, Dabs. You got a smile on your face, bro.
Yes, Mo.
Hey, bro, it's been a while, bro.
Listen, it was going to be a hard night, innit? I've been calling out a lot of people. I've had to face Coppish, 1,200 Liverpool fans.
Shit.
I've had to face, what else have I done, Soups? Big Six, Bants, Monts, who I was personally did 3 previews with 2 Arsenal fans on that. I've had to face on our own channel a couple of, like, only 2 Liverpool fans, but 3 Arsenal fans. So, you know what? The simple question to everyone here straight away. Hold tight, by the way. Mo, we ain't spoke for time, brother. So
it's been ages, bro. Big up, man.
Anyone in this panel saying that they're going to win the league? Because I am.
Who? Wait, what?
No, anyone. Any of you lot. I'm saying we're going to win the fucking league. Yeah, we lost today, but we're going to win the league. So I'm just saying, are any of you, man, before we get into the game, which we won't
Hey, brother came with smoke. He came with smoke.
Are any of you, man, going to win the league? Because if not, just beware what you say in it. Because if you want to talk wicked, talk wicked. Otherwise, bro, I'm not rating you for following a female. I'll rate you when you get the beat, not when you follow her. Yeah? So...
Yeah, Dad.
No takers, no Premier League 2022, 2023. If not, we can talk about the game now.
All right, Dad. Let's talk football. It's not about who's gonna win. I'm not gonna lie. He came in with some next energy, bro. You must have been fighting all day because you came.
He's been fighting.
I've got gloves here a lot. Listen. I thought I was gonna be a hitman early. I've been worrying, but it's good, man. This is a thing. Deep down, my energy on Monday was lower when I'm going on streams. And let me be clear. Let me put this out there for anyone that wants to talk bullshit. I am Manchester City way before a content creator. I was season ticket holder at Main Road, yeah? I could not give a shit whether my predictions are right or wrong. If I have a boring year, but City win the league and the Champions League, that's better for me than my channel doing well, yeah? I have a day job, right? My club before YouTube all day long. However, it gets boring when I'm going on streams and people are like, so tell us about City. And I'm just like, oh, yeah. I've been saying all season, I don't believe, City haven't been top for more than a couple of hours all season, but the season's done. City winning the league, blah, 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 blah. It's cool. I get it. We should win the league. Let me be clear. I'm not being, we should win the league, right? But football is not as simple as that. It's not, right? Ask Alan. Tottenham get a result home and away against us, yeah? They still end up the season with fuck all, and we end up the season with multiple trophies. Football's not as simple as it looks. So, but today and yesterday and the day before and most of the week, I've thought, do you know what? Fuck it. I am going to be, what's the word, Soups? A few people have called me recently. Arrogant. I feel like I've earned the right. My club, not me. I'm not one of these people. I've won this. I've won. My club has earned me the right to be arrogant. So, in the build up to the Liverpool game, I had two sides. I had the mental side. My brain, people, by the way, is fucked. Right. In every walk of life, I have no control over my brain. My brain's been controlling me, telling me Liverpool are going to smoke City. That's based on my past experiences growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sense side of my brain, which is very difficult for any of us in any walk of life to control, is saying, Daps, calm down, bro. Their defense is in pieces. Their midfield is non-existent. We'll leave their front four because their front four is cold, yeah? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with that one, and I'm going to say Haaland's going to score 2, Foden's going to grab 1. It's going to be a walk in the park. But deep down, this is football. This is Anfield. We've won once in however many years. But I held it for my club and said, we're going to do this. And today, I've just had to come on and hold the smoke. Quite simply, let's break down the game in 15 seconds. Erling Haaland was not a killer today. He was good. He wasn't bad. I'm not saying he was shit. Nunez was worse when he came on. But Erling Haaland was not a killer today, yeah? He's someone you pay 5 bills to knock off a brother, not 5 bags, yeah? Right? As for defence, Liverpool's defence was better than Manchester City's. Gomez, salute to you. Keep that form up. You start over Harry Maguire all fucking day long. Kyle Walker back at part of a back 3. Nah. We can start Gomez as part of a back 3 if he keeps playing like that. He was sensational. For City, we just weren't clinical enough. It's simple as that. We can't. We could have helped you, man, Egal, today. And do you know what? We all need to watch out for Chelsea because they're slyly doing something over there, and we're acting like they're nothing, right?
We're just happy to be here. We're just happy to be here.
No,
you're slyly doing stuff, and this is a thing. We could have killed off a menace. Liverpool reminded us all today what they have in them, right? We could have killed that off today. We didn't. So now Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Tottenham, not United, they're not there, but we all have we all have to watch out for Liverpool because they reminded us today. We can't knock them out, bro. That they get a run together, but we could have done it. We could have shut them up today. But once again, it's what it is.
I've got a question for you. Are you gonna? I want to hear what your thoughts are on Cancelo in regards to conceding that goal.
Oh, bro, my thoughts on Cancelo are the same as Trent. So my thoughts on Trent that I've been very vocal about this week is that, you know that brethren that's shit with money, and then one of your brethrens lends him money. It's like, bro, he's shit with money. Why'd you lend him money? Right. Trent, is not good defensively. But any Premier League team would probably build a system around someone that can do what he does going forward. Yeah? I've been saying that all week. So Trent shouldn't be holding this. The other players in the team not protecting him should be holding this because Trent ain't changed. The players protecting him have changed, yeah? Maybe a little bit when his head goes down and you don't want to run back or whatever. That's on Trent. But predominantly, you can't ask a leopard to change their spots. Same with Cancelo. I've been saying it. Sorry, City fans. We're good enough that we can be critical of our own players at times, right? Cancelo, going forward, I think all of us would have him in our team, right? But defensively, there's a reason why Ake got injured, Laporte was out injured, we went and got Akanji. Because for Cancelo to play the game that Manchester City need to play, he needs to be allowed to play that game. That's on the left. Today, Cancelo, for me, I don't want to blame him. What? We're going to blame Cancelo for defensive errors? No. I haven't watched the game again because I've been on streams pretty much from after the game. But our centre-backs need to hold it. Or our DM need to hold it. Cancelo is expected to go forward and help. Now, if you want to talk about him going forward, I don't think Cancelo offered much going forward. I'll talk on that. As for Cancelo being spun by Salah, listen, I purposely said in my predicted 11, I would play Cancelo right back and I would play someone else left back because I don't want Cancelo facing Salah. Like, I don't want it. Simple.
So,
Centre backs. If people need to understand, if we are going to play in this league, fullbacks that are allowed to go forward and offer so much in our build-up play, then our DM and our centre backs need to provide the cover. We can't be expecting Cancelo to now provide the cover against Salah because, quite simply, defensively, Cancelo is at best 7 out of 10. Salah's a 9.5 out of 10. Bro, we can't expect him to defend against Salah. We can't. Salah was allowed through on goal 3 or 4 times, one-on-one with the keeper. From our defence, brother, that's not good enough. It's not good enough.
No, I agree with that.
Fuck the league. We don't win Champions Leagues allowing forwards to have one-on-ones with goalkeepers 4 or 5 times in a game. It's that simple.
So for me, in regards to the goal, Cancelo has to take a lot of the blame purely for the fact is it's from a free kick or a corner or something like that. And obviously, centre backs are up for that. You
build up. You know, it was a beautiful build up from City with a little back heel volley in that. But then they countered.
Exactly. No, the thing was because Alisson catches it and it's one ball. Cancelo is facing where the ball's coming from. Salah has taken it on the turn. Cancelo has gone too quick, too soon, and all that. He's left himself exposed. Got turned. Great bit of skill by Salah. But sorry, you're watching the ball.
I'm not saying, Alan. I'm not trying to say Cancelo's not to blame. What I'm saying is, our team should not be expecting somebody that's input is going. Same as Liverpool. When Liverpool want to blame Trent, no. He's not in your team for that. Risk versus reward. He's in your team for different things. So Pep has accepted it. He's accepted that Cancelo is not Robertson defensively, yeah? His value is going forward. So when Trent will be exposed. Pep said it first season with John Stones. He said, we can't expect that guy has more balls than anyone else in this team because he's playing my style of football. And it's true. Cancelo's playing Pep's style of football. Cancelo defensively, sorry, City fans, I'll say it again. I don't think he's sensational defensively, but he's not here for that. He's here for what he offers going forward. Today we got exposed, simple and short. Liverpool, it's not to do with us even defensively. Liverpool were just better defensively. Simple as that. And Salah was more of a killer than Haaland today.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. Belbishwan, you're a Liverpool fan. How did you feel about the game?
Bro, that starting line. Yeah, I'm happy now, but that starting lineup, man, I was breaking it. I saw James Milner at right back. I was like, oh no. Give me flashbacks from last season with Foden and Milner. But I was very impressed, man. I was very impressed. For me, Joe Gomez easily man of the match. The best player on the pitch by far. Pocketing Haaland and Milner as well. People need to give credit to him from our fan base because our fan base criticised him a lot. He was sensational today. Dealt with Foden a lot. Fabinho.
First half, definitely. Yeah,
first half. Fabinho, better second half from him. I thought first half, a bit iffy, but second half, he stepped up. Same with Bobby. First half, second half, very good. Jota, I was very impressed a lot. He was everywhere on the pitch, tracking back when needed to, and going forward when he needed to. And Salah, people thought he was finished. People wrote off Salah. And he's proven again why he's one of the greatest Premier League forwards the Premier League has ever seen, really. One of the greats, Alan, just like that.
Okay, I'm just going to ask one more question.
Spot on, by the way. Spot on. Salute.
Like Belbishwan, you obviously predicted a win. But did you think your team was going to perform the way that they performed? Or what were you expecting? Because when you said you were going to win, I don't think even you expected to have this type of basketball type game back and forth.
For me, it was like, I thought we were going to do the 17-18 performance rather than have a defensive masterclass like we did today. Because you saw us previous game, leaking too many goals, but we did well defensively. Very good.
Bro, hold on, but let's look at this a little bit. When you say about your defense, and I'd salute Milner. Today, Milner did what I saw Fernandinho do at the very end. Not where when players get over thinking that their body can compete with younger players. Prime example is Thiago Silva, right? when you go, you know what? My body's not the same as other players, right? Fernandinho did it second half in particular against Wolves. First half, he was getting run ragged. Second half, he just changed his positioning by remembering my football brain is experienced and better than these, man. And that's what Milner did today. Last season, he got run ragged by Foden by thinking he was still a younger. Today, he just remembered that I'm experienced, yeah? And also, I've come through this City like team. I know the way they play. Let me use what is up here. Milner was great today. Gomez sensational. Honestly, I can't say how good Gomez was. When you said Gomez pocketed Haaland, on the last stream, I was kind of like, for me, I still want to see more from Van Dijk. I'm not knocking Van Dijk, but if I look at John Terry, if I look at Company, if I look at Adams, if I look at Vidic, them man will push their partner out the way and say, see that man there? I remember the Company Costa era, yeah? See that man there? I'm taking him out of this fucking game because I'm a bad boy. For me, Van Dijk pushed his younger forward slightly. But guess what? His younger stepped up and reminded us that the best Liverpool was 2019 with Van Dijk and Gomez, right? As a partnership, it works. If you build off of that, it could work. Robertson's back, get Trent back cooking, it can cook again. But I think Gomez, yes, salute. And for me, as an English person, I'm not the biggest England fan. I'm more City. But I'll take a positive out of the fact that Gomez, as part of a back three, with right now with the injuries we're facing, that could be an option going into the World Cup. So I cannot knock Liverpool for today. My club, and for my club, maybe that's what we need, a bit of a kick up the arse. Haaland, be more clinical. It sounds mad, sounds insane, but
I'm just going to say this, Dubs. It's not
just
about
greedy.
Banter aside, Liverpool,
Greedy.
credit to Liverpool. The biggest issue is Klopp got a red card, got sent off. How does that affect the team over the next couple of days?
who, me or
Liverpool?
I think he'll get reviewed because it's obviously due to angers of that Bernardo Silva foul, but
it won't be reviewed based on that because he still showed he was still. You know what? That was confusing to me.
The linesman, weren't
he
I don't
chased
know the linesman. He walked behind him.
No, he
and
did.
started stomping.
But for me as a City fan, and again, I'm not going to say it was wrong because I don't know the rules, right? That the ref might have had to blow the whistle. But for me, we were on the counter.
On the attack, yeah.
And because someone off the pitch has shouted at an official, the game's been drawn back. For me, don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming this. Listen, most of the refs the Haaland disallowed, the Foden disallowed goal, right. Haaland, 1 second pull back, cool. 3 seconds, naive. Haaland, don't pull a shirt for 3 seconds. The Thiago Silva yellow, some people said it should have been red. No. The guy lost his footing. He slid, but he kept both his feet on the floor. Yeah, there was nothing malicious in that. It was the type of challenge I would praise Fernandinho for years to make those type of challenges. Yeah, so there was nothing wrong with what the official did for me, but I just question why and this probably isn't on the official, this is on the rules. If something's happening off the pitch and someone's in a counter position, you can't blow the whistle and go, oh, but a guy in the stand was pissing me off. That seems a bit weird to me. But listen, it is what it is. Swings and roundabouts. Liverpool deserved this. For me, I know, Egal, you're slightly happy. This should be a reminder.
I don't think my team's going to win the league, so I don't.
No. It's cool. I haven't heard you say that yet, and this is my whole thing with Arsenal fans because I was in a group early with a few. I think you're probably in it. They were talking some shit, saying Pep is shit, City is shit, and I was quite simply, if you're going to say City is shit, you have to come on a stream and now say you're going to win the league. Otherwise, I don't want to hear you say Pep is shit, right? What I think today, the biggest thing all of us have to take
team is
from
capable. People are able to get at your team.
100. More so, bro.
The fact that this season, guys, Mojo, Alan, we keep talking about every other team having teams create chances against them. City have had Liverpool.
Bro, Salah was still on goal. How many times one-on-one? It's not good enough.
I'm sorry, just let me land my point. And then you also had Aston Villa, Liverpool, and now who's the other team?
Newcastle.
So teams are able to get at your team. It's not this. What is it? The fact that you've made so many changes in your back line?
You have to remember that so far we've had like, and this is on Pep, right? So we have had injuries, but I couldn't give a shit. We spent too much money to talk on injuries. But Pep has been tinkering, playing different centre backs, and for me, I always look at title-winning teams, and you generally can go, they don't really fiddle with their back four too much. Like,
but just 1 second. Just to get Alan and Mojo in here, I want to get their takes on the game also. Mojo, what you saying? Sorry.
And cool. Shut me up sometimes, bro.
You know what? When there's something to talk about, you don't stop talking.
No, tell me to shut up, bro. I talk too much. Tell me to shut up.
Anyways, go ahead, Mojo.
I thought it was for, and I'll be honest, and the first half I didn't feel like the game was what it was. Like, I didn't feel like it was a Liverpool and Man City game. The second half for me was when it really picked up, and I felt like, damn, this is a game we now have Liverpool versus Man City happening, because it was going back and forth, and it was like, fuck, somebody's definitely scoring this half. I can't lie, and I always felt like Liverpool were going to score from a Man City mistake, and it's what Liverpool were very good at in the past too, in my opinion. Like, Liverpool's pressing usually make teams make errors, and then therefore you end up actually being the team that just catches them, because you have such a short distance to their goal. It's easier for you guys to actually put all your energy and man forward and bam, commit to that attack and score goals. This one was very different. I think Klopp has to be given credit. The fact that him and the players, they took on a risk in terms of gambling and saying, you know what, we're not going to necessarily play the way that we've always been playing. And Liverpool have understood, look, our midfield ain't what it used to be. Our team is not performing the way they need to. We're going to have to concede certain things and actually play the game in a smarter way. And I think it eventually paid off for them. If you ask me, easily this could have been a 2-0 Liverpool, not even 1-0. If Mo Salah was not a selfish guy the way he was, and especially for that Ederson save, everyone's saying fantastic Ederson save. It should have never been an Ederson save. Literally, Diego Jota is right next to you, brother, and it's a tap-in. And the brother just didn't pass. He saw like the headlines and thought,
what, you know, the Nunes one?
No, when Salah gets put through, and it's literally him and Jota running into that one-on-one with Ederson.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I thought that was a good save. But there's a few that, like, even with, there was one where Salah, he put it wide. And it probably was only a half chance, but I think Salah in form puts more bend on it, puts it bottom left. There were opportunities. This is what I'm saying. You can't. And this is what I was about to say to the whole league. We have to understand, I know Arsenal beat them at the Emirates. I know United beat them at Old Trafford. They have a record at Anfield that's pretty good, right? But forget even that record. We're 12 games ago. The talk was the quad, right? They've had a bad start to the season. Are we really going to start saying that this Liverpool team, like, they're getting top four? I couldn't give a shit what anyone says. Liverpool are with ease are getting top four with ease. I'm saying it, bro. It's your opinion. If you don't,
I disagree. Let me tell you why.
But that's fine. But for me,
let him finish his point, though.
A team can't go from being that damn good. And I'm not saying one season good. They've been good for 4 years. And in particular, this was about Mo Salah. So forget Liverpool for a second. Even when Liverpool had a bad season, Mo Salah was still damn good, right? So how dare my defense allow Mo Salah to have 4 one-on-ones? It's just not acceptable.
Bro,
it's going to happen, bro.
That's the part I have to agree with you on. Go ahead, sorry.
Let me just bring Alan in. But before I bring Alan in, I'm just going to say Liverpool will continue to struggle against smaller teams, because what you did today, you opened the game up for them. It was a basketball game at times almost. When they face West Ham, it's not going to be the same setup. And they're going to have to find a way to find solutions. They're unable to find solutions, and they're unable to defend. So realistically, against other teams, they still might have similar issues.
And that's the beauty of the league, right? That's the beauty of the league.
Yeah. Alan, what are you saying? Just before we wrap up.
Yeah, so for me, Liverpool were different compared to where they normally played. Let's be honest, there was times in the first half and all that. If Man City had the shooting boots on, they'd be out. They would have been ahead. It was just they weren't as clinical as they were. Haaland being one of them. Second half, if that goal had stood, would have been a different game. It just wasn't their day. What's gone from previously have gone from. But then obviously Liverpool had a game plan, which was to catch them on a counter attack. And that's what you get when you play Salah in the middle and allow him one-on-one in the middle rather than stick him out on a wing to, I don't know, talk to the linesman half the game. When you play your best player in the right position, it's true. You get that type of performance and that type of finish. When you're asking him to flirt with the linesman or do whatever you're doing, or just having a general chat, you're going to not see him go missing and to haul him off after 68 minutes in other games. For me, finally, Klopp done the right thing in regards to him. But yeah, it's one of them where on another day, Liverpool could have set up that way and still be tonked 3 or 4-0. But that's what you get: high risk, high reward, and they got the reward at the end of the day. So you can't complain about that. So yeah, the Man City will bounce back from this, and we'll just see whether Liverpool can sustain. Because obviously, your performances have been a bit all over the place. Is this the final kick up the backside to get your season started, or are you going to be like struggling next game? We'll have to wait and see. But for me, Klopp missing the next game or two.
They've got West Ham away, and then someone at home. So it's 2 games that they could build off of this for me.
So is Liverpool back, Velvishwan? I know it's not that simple, but do you think you guys
say it, bro? You are, bro. Come on, man.
To get your groove going, because I'm not gonna lie. If anybody, Daps is somewhat right. If anybody's capable of putting a good run together, it would be Liverpool. But in the same breath, we can't forget the first 10 games. Guys, it's not a small sample size. It's a decent sample size to say this is who you are. Go ahead.
It's a difficult one.
It's not, bro. Have some energy, brother. You've just beat Manchester City. This is it. You haven't just beat. This isn't beating Bournemouth. This isn't beating Rangers, bro.
I'll show
let me just boost him.
Phil, just look back
you haven't beat Bournemouth 9-0. You haven't beat Glasgow Rangers. You've just beat Manchester City. And if we go back to the Champions League, Salah just got a hat-trick in 6 minutes.
Jota injured.
He is stretched off.
I've seen this. That's mad.
Okay, so this is the problem. They keep getting injuries. Like, I don't know, Mojo, if you guys agree with me or not. I just feel like Liverpool, I might be crazy, but I'm already counting them out of the top 4 race. Like, I think
I'm not counting them out.
Dangerous. But Phil, if you want to learn about energy against Man City when you beat them, just look back to me last season. I was going to say,
bro, Alan, you must have been looking at this, then playing counter-attacking football, thinking, "Fucking hell, we're going to do the double over City again."
I'm not getting that. No, Haaland's a different animal this time. I'm not getting too ahead of myself. We'll see.
Okay,
I've been humbled personally.
Yeah, we're back. We're doing the quadruple this season.
God damn.
You see, when you say it like that, no one takes it serious. But yeah,
hey, knocked out that, bro. That is knocked out.
Guys, just to take control of the show, I'm gonna ask you guys quick fire round. Mojo, did you watch Brentford versus Brighton?
Brentford versus no.
Okay, did anyone watch Ivan Toney's masterclass? I just want to say.
Question for you all.
Go ahead.
Ivan Toney or a fully fit all season Callum Wilson?
Ivan Toney. Not even close.
I disagree. Callum Wilson's been doing it for years. It's just he's never fully fit, to be honest. But
Ivan Toney needs to be on that
brother,
plane.
I have enough injuries as it is, innit? I don't want it.
If Ivan Toney goes to Chelsea, if he goes to Liverpool, if he goes to any top 6 club, he'd be performing really well right now.
Not City.
No, Spurs don't need a striker. City don't need a striker.
You don't tell me what my team needs, thank you. We'll have Ivan Toney.
Absolutely, he's proving me wrong, though. Joking aside, he is proving me wrong this season.
He's got Richarlison, mate. Remind him. Someone tell him.
Also, just to remind you guys, Brendan Rodgers, every week we're saying he's going to get sacked this week. Well, it's not this week. He got a draw.
He still needs to be sacked. Bro,
Brendan Rodgers.
Did you hear what happened? Did you guys see what happened? Basically, they've had to cancel. They've had to cancel, like you know, those messages they usually put out at in the stadium. They've had to cancel it this week and refund fans because there were people literally putting silly names to say sack Brendan Rodgers. I can't remember what the names were.
Oh, it's gonna like them man don't rate him. They haven't rated him for the last year and a half.
They want him gone, bro. Leicester fans are done. Like they're done with him.
He's not going because he's got nudes on it. He's got something over everyone at Leicester because
money, bro. It's
he should have gone in the international break. He should have gone. He's finished at Leicester. I don't understand how he's still there. I really
Leicester
don't.
need to do the right thing, man.
Money.
It's ridiculous.
They need to do the right thing, man. He's not the man.
Did you guys see Nottingham Forest Twitter and Wolves Twitter go at each other?
Yeah. That was fantastic, mate. That's the type of stuff you live for, man. That's what the Premier League is all about. Shut them up.
Have you got it? Have you got what were they? The officials?
Did you not see it?
No.
Show it to me.
I've been getting early nights, bro. Listen, this is the first drink I've had for 2 weeks, bro. I've been getting early nights and that. Today I woke up, I was nervous, so I started drinking.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This stream woke me up today, man. I've been having.
Alan, you cutie pie. I see you at the game with your missus.
Let me show you guys what happened. So this is what Wolves responded with. This is what Wolves responded with. This was the response, and the original tweet Nottingham Forest put up was a tweet of their striker with baby wolves. Where is it? Let me find it. It's somewhere here.
This is what we need, though.
We need this type of banter, man.
Yeah. This is a new generation. Complete shithousery.
Who's the team? Isn't it Brighton? Brighton's Twitter feed are normally like that, taking the piss out of teams, aren't they?
There's a few. There's one. Who's the one? I think the one is Moscow. Yeah. There's a team in Europe. They're absolute fuckers. They'll just out of nowhere send shots at like United or something. But
it's got even nothing to do with them.
I found it. This is actually hilarious. So they took a little. This was it. So they had baby wolves with their striker. Right. And behind them it said match day, and then they said playtime. Right.
Bro.
This is what Wolves responded with. Safe trip. Back to Nottingham Forest. And then they chopped the tree.
You know what? There's another thing we need to talk on real quick. Mo.
Playtime over.
I was watching a video on on YouTube Shorts, of all the Chelsea man coming out of like coming out of the training ground. And all the Chelsea lot in their like at City, you'll see De Bruyne driving like a E-Series estate or something, Every single, even Chilwell was driving like a Lamborghini 4x4, And I just want to say, your club, the job they're doing on Graham Potter, they've got my man wearing a little like suit and that. Like they're literally rebranding Graham Potter and trying to make him trendy. They're going to offer him a young chick soon. Like you're proper rebranding Graham Potter into some trendy manager. Like
you're a wizard, Harry.
Hey, have you heard what he said, bro? He basically went to the same barber that does for the players. Basically came up and did his hair and everything, and he said he's never had to pay this much for a haircut before. And like the way he looks, he's like a complete
Graham Potter. But I have to. You spoke on Chelsea already, but I have to salute Graham Potter because people were doubting his European caliber. My man's come in and got a win home and away against Milan. Right, playing Italian teams in Europe, is not easy. So listen, Mo, I know that you're one of the real ones that want to see Chelsea play better football, and right now, you man are cooking. Like that's why I said one of the first things we need to watch out for these guys.
Yo, can I just stop everyone? Please, everyone, stop for a second. This glow up is actually mad. I haven't seen the picture. I just
he just googled it, didn't he?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Man's looking like
what can
some
I say,
Italian don.
He looks like
my guy could go and do Taken 4.
Hey, brother looks happy as hell right now, man. I'm lying. I'm like.
They're looking like they're making him look like that rugged, bearded white don. Like someone said the other day, he could play 007 right now. Like,
hey, what can
talk.
I say, man? Music to my ears, mate.
Yo, you guys want
anything,
to see what
anything
like
that brings vibes.
Do you know what he looked like before? Because you know they said you're not a sexy manager. So this is what he did. He went from what he was earlier to
there we go, bro. He's gone from that to 007. He's Pierce Brosnan right now, bro.
He was basically wearing a typical coach gear, like had that typical coach look in it before. Now he looks like, yo, I'm the don, mate.
It's what people say. When people say that money.
Why is this guy saying? No, Alan, did you just say he's the same guy?
Chelsea are conspiracy theory. Graham Potter really isn't. That's not Graham Potter. Conspiracy theory. That's not Graham Potter. He looks
mad. It's mad, bro. They're turning him into a sex icon. Bro.
Hey, we told him grow a beard, man. We said to him, if you want this job, you have to have a beard.
I'll be honest. I said to Soups, that so no slander here whatsoever, but Tuchel, he got divorced and now he's with a younger thing. And let me be clear, I'm not saying underage, I'm saying just younger because he's an old man, He's with an attractive younger girl. I think like Graham Potter has been like, oh, if you want to get me another, and they're like bantering because he's probably happily married, but he's been like, if you want to get me and the board have probably gone, well, we were thinking about it and offered him like, we could get you this, or this. Like, what do you want? It's going to help sell the club, bro. No, what I'm saying is, what I am saying is relevant. That Chelsea have been, and back to football, Chelsea have been a successful team over the last 15 years, They have been. They've won everything. They've won 2 fucking Champions Leagues, the bastards, right? Yeah, they've been successful. But as far as a brand, their football's still shit. They've gone and brought in a manager that is going to improve the brand. They've made Graham Potter a fucking sex icon, bro.
Yo, man,
real talk. Like they're branding their club. They're branding their club.
Can we speak about Drizzy? Can we speak about Drake?
He's bad luck, man. He's absolute horrendous luck, mate.
Stay away from my fucking club.
They got slapped up, man. Barca got slapped up.
What was this? Who scored, by the way? I haven't seen them.
Drake lost 500,000. What?
Yeah, he
made a big bet.
800, I believe. He put, but $800,000 if Barca won and Arsenal won. And Arsenal won.
Yeah.
You man did your thing. Barcelona. It's not
guys, let's not lose it. 800 grand, it's a Drake. It's like a day's wage. Come on.
It's nothing.
He probably got paid 10 million for this.
He could make that money back whilst asleep, mate. Fucking hell, man. Why do we even talk about it, bro? It's just to upset ourselves,
bro. Yeah, but this is the final thing. This is crazy, the amount of money he put down. But you know what people were saying? The game was delayed for like 20 minutes. We were saying the reason why it was delayed is because of Drake.
Wait,
he must have been there. He must have been there.
It was electric, apparently. It was something to do with it.
Yeah. No, people are just conspiracy theorists and they're funny.
That's hilarious.
Are you sure? Hasn't Drake
back to football?
Buried that whole voodoo thing by I think that's already gone, hasn't it? There was one thing a while ago where he backed a team and they won for a change.
It was my Toronto Raptors. It was my Toronto Raptors.
Yeah,
but
it must just be an Gal thing then.
Sorry, I want to talk football quick. Who scored for
any team that he supports that I support?
Who scored for Real Madrid? I hadn't seen the game. Who scored?
It was Benzema, Valverde, and Rodrigo penalty.
Let's go, Drizzy.
And who scored for Barca? Not that it matters.
And I think it was Ferran Torres.
I'll hold that for Anne.
Bro, they got slapped. But yo, guys, honestly, Egal, I agree. Double standards. Tottenham, Arsenal win. What?
He says, Egal, would you agree there is a double standards between Spurs and Arsenal? When you get lucky, it's what big teams do. When Spurs do it, it's right now. As a Spurs fan, Dan, I agree with you. It's a double standard. Spurs do it, you're riding your luck because it's what Conte does.
I completely disagree because Arsenal this season have been controlling games and dominating teams where you have been riding your luck for a majority of your games.
Nah, even in last season,
the way that we play is relatively sustainable.
Even
the way that we play is relatively sustainable, where the way that Tottenham play is not
last
sustainable.
season,
I'm thinking, man are doing our thing over here, and no one's
I'm just
talking
happy
about
to
us.
be here, man. My manager has got a whole new brand, and the club is going somewhere. We don't know where yet, but hey, we're going somewhere.
Graham Potter just came in, and they're already playing better football than your team.
I mean, today was not so much a good football, guys. They were back to same old Chelsea, but hey, we won the game though. That's what matters.
Yeah, you know what?
Congratulations.
I'm not hating on Chelsea anymore because you're not a threat.
No, let me. So a manager's never won a league with playing bad football or playing terrorist football like Jose Mourinho and Conte. It's never happened. I'm not saying Spurs are going to win a league before people.
In order to win, guys, in order to win a Premier League, you need to somewhat be dominating teams or controlling games to do it sustainably.
And we have so
the way
far
you
this
guys
season.
play. The way you guys play at times, it doesn't look sustainable because you give up so many chances.
But we have
what you did against Everton, was good because you shut them out for a whole half. You didn't give them a chance. But how many times are you going to be able to do that this season?
We've dominated games this season, but
no,
people just go
dominate Leicester.
Hey,
no, Leicester created more chances. Every team you play. Okay.
You sound like Aston when you're talking about halves, bro.
1 second. I'm going to wrap up the show here. But before we wrap up, I'm just going to say, Mojo, when your team won the league, were you guys not solid defensively and also attacking-wise? You're one of the higher teams.
You bastard.
Hey, we won 30 games, man. He won 30 games. I can't cuss him. That season, we were flawless, man. We were very, very good.
Okay. And defensively, how solid were you guys?
Very.
This Tottenham team concedes so many chances per game that the other team creates more XG than them on a regular basis.
Okay. And if you look, and obviously that looks good on paper, if you actually deep it, let me finish the point. Let me deep it. If you look at where them shots have come from and all that, and predominantly they're all outside the box because we force people to have long range shots. Sometimes it backfires, like Arsenal. It backfired with us against Arsenal. I hold the hands up because Partey found top bins. But when you restrict people to long shots from 30 yards and all that, you couldn't see it take 15 shots. If 30 are outside the box and you're only conceding one from outside the box, then mods aren't that bad.
Listen, I don't think Conte lasted. I don't think Conte renews if Tottenham don't see some sort of like investment at the end of the year, and if your fans are not happy with the way that he's playing come the end of the season, it might just be a parting of ways.
Bro, it's very difficult to speak to any fan base when results are still going your way. You want to have this conversation when results are not going their way. Right now,
Pep out.
Hey, what?
I'm joking, by the way. I'm very much joking.
I heard that once when you lost to Leon. That was the weirdest
thing. Not for me, bro. Never for me.
Anyway,
yeah, but you always have crazy fans.
Pep Guardiola or Stuart Pearce. Fuck off, Stuart Pearce. Thank you very much.
Anyways, big up everyone in the chat. We got 74 of you guys. Thank you for watching. Honestly, really do appreciate it. Hopefully you hit that.
You're going to win the league, mate.
What?
You're going to win the league, mate.
I don't know. Are you going to win the league, mate?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so why are you asking?
Because I'm holding you. I've got this new agenda. I want Amazon Prime to do a documentary on City and Liverpool title race starting January the 1st. We will give you a 12-point lead, and I want Amazon to document how we hunt you fuckers down and still don't win the league.
So you're saying Arsenal or Liverpool?
No, Arsenal. I'm saying give Arsenal a 12-point lead, and from the 1st of January, let City hunt you down and win the league, and Amazon document the whole shebang.
If you give us a 12-point lead, I still think you guys could possibly catch us because obviously you have a better squad.
There we go. Then there's no point in the documentary. Gal's just confirmed the end result.
But the thing is, understand we're still one of the best. We're still a young team and we're improving. There's levels that we can go. We're
100% agree with you. And based on that, I think Arsenal fans. I agree with you on that. Arsenal fans, you need to back Arteta. Even if things drop off, keep backing this brother. And over the next 3 to 5 years, you might challenge for a title.
Yeah. And you know what? Even the people who rant the most, the people who, the biggest ranters, the biggest angry people on social media are even saying, I love this Arteta guy. I couldn't believe it. I wanted him out, but I love him. That's what I'm hearing.
Good. As long as they're admitting it. You know what? If people say I was wrong, that's fine. But
I got to end the stream. Shout out to everyone. We got 80 people in the chat. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You guys haven't been around lately, but we love the support. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Big up.